Have you ever wondered why honesty always wins in the end? Why? Even when the path of least resistance seems so tempting, does the harder, more truthful road often lead to the greatest rewards? Let me tell you a story, one that feels like it could have unfolded right here, in any bustling American town. A story about the real power of integrity. Meet Alex, a young web designer in his late 20s, living in the vibrant city of Austin, Texas. Alex had a dream: to build a web design studio known for its quality, its creativity, and most importantly, its unwavering integrity. He spent long hours in his small home office, meticulously crafting websites, learning new coding languages, and ensuring every pixel was perfect for his clients. He believed in doing things right, even if it took more time, more effort, and more of his precious sleep. His business grew slowly but steadily, built on word of mouth and the genuine satisfaction of his clients. He wasn't getting rich overnight, but he was building something real, something he was proud of. Then there was Greg. Greg was also a web designer, a contemporary of Alex, and he lived just a few towns over. In Round Rock, Greg was charming, charismatic, and had a knack for making big promises. His marketing was flashy, his prices were unbelievably low, and he always seemed to be closing big deals. He talked about disrupting the market and optimizing for speed. But behind the glossy facade, Greg was a master of shortcuts. He used pre-made templates without customization, copied design elements from other sites, and often outsourced development to the cheapest providers, compromising quality for speed and profit. He cut corners on client consultations, skipped thorough testing, and sometimes he was less than transparent about what his services truly offered. To many, especially those who only saw the surface, Greg was a roaring success. He drove a fancier car, had a more impressive office, and always seemed to be celebrating new victories on social media. Alex couldn't help but notice. He'd see Greg's posts, read about his breakthrough projects, and a little voice inside him would whisper, "Why are you working so hard, Alex? Why are you stressing over every detail when Greg is raking it in with half the effort?" There was a growing client base that seemed drawn to Greg's lower prices and quicker turnaround times. Alex started to feel the pressure, a subtle doubt creeping into his mind. Was he being naive? Was his commitment to integrity actually holding him back? The real challenge came when Alex landed his biggest project yet, designing a comprehensive e-commerce site for a beloved local artisanal bakery, Sweet Surrender. This was a dream client, a chance to truly showcase his talent and commitment. The project was complex, with many custom features, and the deadline was tight, but manageable if he stayed focused. Alex pored over the details, sketching out designs, writing clean code, and communicating every step with the bakery owner, Ms. Eleanor Vance, a kind woman with silver hair and a sharp business mind. Midway through the project, Alex received an unexpected offer. A sales rep from a larger, less reputable digital agency, Rapid Web Solutions, reached out. "Alex," the rep said, "we've seen your work, it's good, but you're leaving money on the table. We can subcontract the bulk of your Sweet Surrender project. Use our proprietary accelerated development templates. You just slap your name on it, pocket a handsome sum, and deliver it weeks ahead of schedule. Your client will be thrilled with the speed, and you'll free up your time for other ventures. No one will know the difference." The offer was incredibly tempting. The money was significantly more than he would make doing it himself, and the time saved was enormous. He could finally take on that new client he'd had to turn down. He thought of Greg, who he knew worked with similar agencies. He pictured Greg's expensive car, his seemingly carefree life. This felt like the shortcut he had been silently wishing for. Alex sat in his office late that night, staring at the Sweet Surrender project brief. He saw Ms. Vance's trusting smile, remembered her detailed requests, her passion for her bakery. The accelerated templates Rapid Web Solutions offered were notorious for being generic, hard to update, and riddled with security vulnerabilities. Using them would compromise the bespoke quality Ms. Vance expected. It would be a betrayal of her trust and of his own principles. His heart pounded with the internal conflict. One path was easy, profitable, and fast. The other was hard, demanding, and required staying true to his word. He thought of his grandfather, a man who had built a successful small construction business from the ground up, brick by honest brick. "Son," his grandfather used to say, his voice gruff but kind, "a reputation is like a house. You build it on a strong foundation of truth and hard work. Shortcuts might get you a roof faster, but that house will crumble in the first storm. Build it right, and it will stand for generations." The words echoed in Alex's mind, a lighthouse in his stormy thoughts. His grandfather's legacy wasn't just about money. It was about respect, trust, and lasting value. Just then, his phone buzzed. It was Ms. Vance. "Alex, just wanted to check in," she said, her voice warm. "I was just looking at the preview site you sent, and it's simply beautiful. The attention to detail. The way you captured our brand. It's exactly what I dreamed of. Thank you for taking such care with it." Her genuine appreciation was a soothing balm to his conflicted spirit. It was a clear, undeniable sign. The temptation of the shortcut of rapid web solutions faded into insignificance. He realized that the true reward wasn't just the money, but the satisfaction of a job well done, the trust of a happy client, and the quiet pride of upholding his own standards. Alex politely declined Rapid Web Solutions' offer the next morning. He continued to pour his heart into Sweet Surrender's website. Working diligently, sometimes late into the night, he ensured every feature functioned perfectly. Every design element reflected the bakery's unique charm, and the site was robust and secure. When the website launched, it was a resounding success. Online orders surged, and Ms. Vance was ecstatic. She wrote Alex a glowing testimonial, recommending him to all her business contacts. Meanwhile, Greg's meteoric rise began to falter. The accelerated development templates and rushed projects started showing their cracks. Clients complained about slow, buggy websites, security breaches, and a lack of custom support. His lower prices, once an attraction, now just highlight the poor quality. A major local news outlet ran an investigative piece on his quick-fix solutions, exposing the shortcuts and the resulting client dissatisfaction. Greg's house, built on a foundation of haste and dishonesty, began to crumble. Many of his projects had to be rebuilt from scratch, costing his clients more in the long run and destroying Greg's reputation in the process. Alex's business, however, began to truly flourish. The Sweet Surrender success story brought him more high-quality clients than ever before. His phone rang constantly, not with complaints, but with new referrals. People weren't just paying for a website. They were paying for Alex's integrity, his reliability, his commitment to excellence. He wasn't just building websites. He was building lasting relationships, one honest project at a time. This story reminds us that in life, just like in business, the real success isn't always the fastest or the flashiest. It's about the choices we make when no one is watching, the commitment we show to our values, and the courage to choose the harder, honest path. Shortcuts might offer temporary gains, a brief illusion of success, but they inevitably lead to instability and regret. They erode trust, both from others and, more importantly, from ourselves. Integrity, on the other hand, is the bedrock of true, lasting success. It might demand more effort, more patience, and more perseverance, but it builds a foundation that withstands any storm, earning you respect, genuine satisfaction, and a reputation that shines brightly. When you choose integrity, you're not just making a business decision. You're making a life decision. You're choosing to build something real, something meaningful, something that truly lasts. So, the next time you face a dilemma, when a tempting shortcut whispers promises of ease and speed, remember Alex and Greg. Remember the quiet strength of honesty and the enduring power of doing things the right way. Because shortcuts fade, but integrity lasts.